Welcome back. It's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Alright, so today is September 28th, 2024, and we are going to do a double feature as we showcase two action figures from two different companies. On our left, we have from ZD Toys, the Avengers Endgame Thanos. And on our right, we have the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Warrior Gamora. So I reviewed this figure maybe over a year ago, not knowing completely what it was. I found this on Amazon. I was unsure of the manufacturer at that time, but like over a year later, I discovered that this figure was actually produced by ZD Toys, who produces Marvel action figures, and these are distributed, I think, exclusively in Asian markets. I think specifically China, if I'm correct on that. It's an excellent action figure. The quality isn't at the same level as a Hasbro figure, but they're still really interesting products nonetheless. The reason why we're reviewing this again today is because I kind of wanted to compare it next to this Warrior Gamora figure from the Disney animated What If series. This figure came out some months ago, but I just got it recently, and I'm pretty stoked on it. I'm a big fan of Gamora, especially in the comic books, and I think the way she was presented in What If on Disney Plus was just awesome. So we're going to check this out. So today is Daddy-Daughter Day, so let's take a look at this interesting pair of characters. Let's first open Thanos, Gamora's adoptive father. And as you can see, the box is very different than Hasbro Marvel Legends. You have the hologram sticker on the inside, which I guess is their way of saying it's an authentic Disney endorsed product. On the back, you have the poster artwork from Endgame. And we have Thanos here. So while I'm at it, let's take out Gamora, and then we can start doing a side-by-side comparison. I've said this in other videos. I kind of feel like if you haven't watched What If on Disney Plus yet, I highly suggest you check it out. I really think it's some of the best Marvel content that Disney's produced in some time. Season 1 was awesome. Season 2 was friggin' amazing. Gamora comes with the giant double-sided broadsword cleaver kind of deal that Thanos also comes with. And we're going to compare the two. She also comes with the Build-A-Figure piece. And the Build-A-Figure for the What If line was the Hydra Stomper. If you're familiar with the What If series, the Hydra Stomper, Steve Rogers is actually encased inside of this. Other figures in this wave are Talos, Nick Fury, Agatha, Goliath, and Yelena Belova. Alright, so let's set aside these accessories, and let's take out Thanos. Okay, so height-wise, the Warrior Gamora from Marvel Legends stands in, if I had to guess, maybe 6 3/4. Let's see if I'm right. She's actually on the shorter end. She's 6.5. Thanos, I'm gonna guess, is about maybe 7 1/4. And I'm wrong there. He's about 7 inches. This figure is very different than the Hasbro produced Thanos figures we've gotten. As you can see, it's a lot smaller. The sculpting on this is really well done. My only complaint is that his eyes are very kind of tired looking. It's kind of like if Thanos was out all night partying, or I don't know, if he had to work the night shift. You know, I might repaint the eyes, but the figure is really, really well done. It's executed nicely. It doesn't have all the articulation that a Marvel Hasbro figure has, but it's still a very impressive piece. The plastic quality, it's a harder plastic for the torso. The arms feel a little bit softer. It feels similar to like a Marvel Legends plastic for the arms. If you've handled any of the newer ZD Toys Marvel figures, for example, I reviewed their Deadpool and Wolverine from the live-action film. Those figures are amazing, and the quality of those figures are on a completely different level than this one right here. You know, this figure probably came out maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, where the new Deadpool and Wolverine, the quality on those is just outstanding. But this is still a nice figure. If you could come across this on a secondary market for a very, very reasonable price, and when I say reasonable, I'm saying anywhere between $25, $30 at the most, pull the trigger on it. It's a nice figure to add to your collection, just because it's so different. It's so different, yet it maintains a certain level of quality. Here's a Marvel Legends Vulcan for size comparison. So you can see it's a lot shorter than the Thanos figure that you kind of come to expect. The articulation for this guy, his head, of course, moves, as does his arms. They go up and down. They go outward? I believe no. I might be wrong on that, though. If they do, I'm not going to force it because I don't see the joint. But he does bend at the elbows, and his legs are articulated. But this skirt piece, it's not even a rubbery plastic. This is like hard plastic, so there's no give or flex. So it really restricts the motion of his legs, and then he has double pinned knees and no ankle articulation. His weapon is interesting because it's a nice metallic silver finish for the blades, but this material, it feels very brittle. It doesn't have the flex and give of like a Hasbro accessory. Like the Hasbro here, you could kind of bend it a little bit without fear of having it snap in half. This feels like a harder plastic, and it feels like if you bent it at all, it might snap in two. But it's really well done. The sculpting is super sharp because the plastic's a little bit more rigid, so you can get cleaner lines, crisper details. And let's take a look at Gamora here. This is produced by Hasbro in their Marvel Legends line. Beautiful looking figure. The shade of green, I think, is perfect. I love the hair. The hair has such a beautiful gradation. It goes from like almost like a burnt umber to like a nice orangey red. And the hair sculpt is really cool also. It's dynamic, has nice contour lines to it, nice volume. Her armor, it's not as shiny as I'd like. It's kind of like a matte gold. It's not as metallic as some of the Iron Man figures we've gotten. And unlike the Thanos, her skirt piece is actually a rubbery plastic, so it does have flex and give, allowing you greater range of motion for her limbs. The facial markings are pretty clean for the most part, as are the paint application for the eyes and the lips. She has a very stoic expression, which you'd expect from Gamora. Unless angered, she's kind of just looking serious most of the time. And her Thanos-inspired armor is really, really cool. So she takes after her adopted dad, looking pretty badass. Again, if you haven't seen the Disney Plus show, What If, check it out. Season 2 is just amazing. In terms of the articulation for Gamora, her head moves, although it's kind of restricted because of the long hair piece. There's not a lot of flex or give on here. Does she look down? No, she doesn't look up either. Her arms, they're articulated, but again, restricted movement because of the shoulder piece here. And then she does have a bicep cut, which is cleverly hidden underneath the armor piece. Clean elbows with a double pin design, pinless design. Articulated wrists. She has a cut beneath the breast line, so she has motion like this. No waist swivel. Her legs kick upward, outward. Not too much, just about there. She has a thigh cut and pinless knees, double jointed. And then she has articulated ankles. Her dual-ended broadsword weapon. I think it's slightly larger than Thanos's. Yeah, it's larger than the ZD Toys one. It's made of a softer plastic, so it has more flex and give to it, which is nice. The details on this one are a lot cleaner, and the lines and panels are inscribed deeper than on this one. I do like the metallic finish on the ZD Toys one. I think that one's better, as is the gold. But I do like how this one's just giant. This one's huge. And let's put it in her hand. It's looking awesome on Gamora. This armor is really befitting of the character too. You know, she's kind of the heir apparent to Thanos. And it just looks so sick. So, great pair of figures. I'm really glad I found this online. Again, if this is a figure that interests you, the ZD Toys Thanos, just make sure you don't pay too much money for it. But, yeah, it's cool. This is an awesome looking duo right here. So, very, very stoked on this new figure. Alright, so let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So, until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. Alright, later.